Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council, and I want to introduce you to one of our wonderful artists. This is Jody Bargerstock. Jody's a whole lot of fun, and she recently did a demo at one of our Second Saturday events, and you had that room packed the whole evening. I think most of the audience was back in Jody's room.
I didn't know that.
So you just kept people going the whole evening. I know you were doing things for children, you were doing things just for fun, you were just showing off. You do something really fun called alcohol ink that is really kind of new out there. How long have you been doing alcohol ink?
Since May. I took a course from Kathy Taylor in May, and I've been doing it almost daily. If I miss a day, I do 2 or 3 the next day. Because it gets, I say I've become an alcoholic. It gets in your blood.
Alcohol inkaholic.
Yeah, alcohol inker. Yeah. There's a whole group of people growing throughout the country.
Well, and you're proliferating the group because you're teaching a class
yes,
in this with us.
I am. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So Jody's going to teach our first visual arts workshop, actually, at the Blue Ridge Art Space. We're finally to the phase of doing the workshops. And Jody's going to be teaching a class starting November the 12th.
At 1 o'clock.
And it's a 2.5-hour session. And if I recall, you can sign up for 6 sessions for $190.
That's right, yeah.
Or you can, if you're not going to be out of town or something like that, you can sign up one by one for $35 dollars a session.
That's right.
But you need to sign up in advance because the class is already starting to fill up, and we're just now starting to talk about it.
Yeah.
This tells you something, Jody. We could keep you really busy for a while.
You could. I like being busy, and I like having fun, and this is fun. It's fun.
Well, let's talk about alcohol ink.
Okay.
What is this? I mean, you're using literally alcohol.
Yes,
is that
this is
alcohol?
91% alcohol, and it's the best alcohol.
It's the same thing you use in
medicine.
medicine.
It dilutes the inks. Yeah, it's for medicine, And it helps spread the inks, and the inks that you buy are alcohol inks. And
so they have alcohol in them too?
Yes,
Okay.
and lots of beautiful colors. If you like color, which I do, you will love these inks, and it dries quickly.
Yeah.
So that, and you can change, as you'll see in the demonstration, you can change the color.
Yeah.
Or dilute it or erase it just with alcohol.
But because if you do something you don't like, you go back and you put alcohol on it, and it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
And then also, you do use a brush, but you use about everything else too.
You can use a brush, you can use a credit card, you can use, I like to use Q-tips. And I like to use cotton balls, because if you put the alcohol in the cotton balls, that's another way you can get these little dots that you get in here. That'll pick the ink up. And I was doing stamping once with alcohol and some colors, and I just couldn't stop I overstamped because it was so much fun. Stamping your design that you put on this little piece of felt, and stamping it, you can put color on, or you can take it out with the alcohol. We'll take it out.
It's just like anything goes.
Yeah, anything goes. That's what I love. I love thinking outside the box, as most artists do. And anything goes. It's pure playtime.
It's also not a highly controlled medium.
You're right. You're right.
It controls you more than you control it.
When I first started doing this, I would paint at night, and I would love the results, and the inks were still moving and whatnot. I'd go to bed, and I'd come back in the morning, and there'd be a blob. What happened to my creation? You got to take pictures as you go. But
how many kitty cats did you have playing in that during the night?
None for that. They played everything else.
And we were admiring some of Jody's creations around us. And, it's really fun because like this piece is just absolutely full of color, totally full of color. And yet you've got something like this which has a lot of pastels in it.
I know.
So is the pastel primarily just...
It's a different ink. There are inks that are called, they're light inks.
Yeah.
And this was done by putting my inks on a paper towel.
Right.
And wiping it across, and it made the sky.
Okay.
And then there's certain inks, you do need to learn your inks.
Right.
And the more you play with it, of course, the more you learn. And being in my class, I can give you a heads up. And I do some exercises with my students so that they can learn, they can have a chart then of what inks do what.
And get used to them.
Yeah, and then they can pick that. But these were, except for the bright yellow in there, and this blue-green, they were pretty pastel colors. And
Yeah.
And the moon.
Now, the moon looks like you did it after the background had dried.
Yes, you have to do it after, or otherwise, in this
just runs.
sun, it runs. Yes.
Yeah. We started out with a round sun, and it kind of went.
Yeah, I was holding it up for the camera, and it kind of went wah wah wah. Sometimes the sun does that.
And then now, did I see you the other night blowing through a straw?
Yeah, you can blow through a straw. Some people who are big on this have compressors in their studio, and they have a compressor and they blow
very
things
controlled
around.
in. Yeah.
But you know, or you can get a can of the stuff you use to clean your computer keyboard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Compressed air. You can do that and blow it. And I have a couple of those going because sometimes they jam, so you grab the next one. And you can blow. It's just, there's no end to this.
And then you said something about putting the alcohol in a spray bottle and spraying it on there to get the speckled effect.
Yes, you can get the speckled effect. If you do it a whole lot, you'll get a drippy effect. So it's just all play.
You just never know what's going to happen.
I was born for this.
And the colors, I love the intensity of these colors.
Yeah,
you know I like the colors that you do. You know.
So
Jody has several pieces with us in our gift shop. And some of them are very small, about that size, and they're just so bright and vibrant.
Yeah, they light up a whole corner of a room.
They really do.
I move mine around my house.
They really do.
Yeah.
You're going to have to figure out a way to make this into jewelry, Jody.
Oh, I have figured it out. I just haven't had time to do it yet. I definitely know how to make it into jewelry. That's next.
So not just the money you make turning it into buying jewelry. You're talking about actually creating the jewelry.
I'm creating the jewelry.
Absolutely.
I cannot wait. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, Blue Ridge Arts Place is going to be a place for you to showcase anything you do like that.
Will.
You know, I think that'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
You need to come and get involved with this and other wonderful, exciting art forms that we're just getting ready to unveil to you. There are so many fun and creative things you can do in the arts world. You know, so much. You could be a child again. You could be serious. You can do whatever you'd like in the arts, and it's just so much fun.
Plus, the people you meet are amazing.
Isn't that great?
Oh, fabulous.
I think that's why I'm enjoying it so much.
Friends for life. Yeah, really.
Truly. A lot of my dearest friends I've met through the arts and just had such a blast getting to know them. And it seems like you're always learning more about each other as you're learning more about the art, you know, so it's just so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
Jody, I can't wait for your class to start.
Oh, I know. Well, you can watch and
absolutely.
Maybe you want to pick up some paper.
I may.
Okay.
Now that does bring up something. The materials for this workshop.
I sent you a materials list.
And so we'll be sharing that with the registrants so they can go and get their materials?
Yes, okay. And then you can buy them locally or you can buy them online.
Okay. And you'll give all that information.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. So we're trying to make this just as simple and easy as possible, and to make it a lifelong habit that you'll get into. And you won't be like Jody. You'll be every day. She's got to get up and do it again.
Yeah. Or I stay up and do it. Doesn't matter. You can get up and do it. You can do it in the middle of the day. The nice thing is you can stop in your studio or wherever you paint, do a few things, and walk out. It doesn't require a lot of time, and I have some organizing skills that I can share with the students and whatnot. So
that's great. So they can make it part of their everyday life.
Yeah.
You know?
In and
and
out.
also tips, I'm sure, on how to keep it from getting all over the entire world.
Yes.
While you're at it,
because I'm the famous one who spilled the yellow bottle of alcohol inks at Cheap Joe's.
Oh.
And it didn't want to come out of the floor, so I have a rule: no big bottles, because the little bottles, as you'll see in the demo, they have a squirter and they can fall over and not spill.
Right.
So no big bottles of ink in your studio.
No, we definitely
in
aren't.
The Arts Council.
Okay, so please get involved. You're going to have so much fun doing this. And like I said, there's a lot of other wonderful art forms that we're just getting ready to unveil. Just all sorts of things. So if painting with alcohol inks isn't your thing, there's bound to be something that is. So just stay tuned. Watch our website, watauga-arts.org, where we'll be posting all of this and a whole lot more.
Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.